Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to BSV TV. I'm your host Satoshi, and on this show we'll be defending the one and only, truly genuine Bitcoin. The Bitcoin that Satoshi Nakamoto designed in his white paper as a peer-to-peer electronic cash system for the world. Let's get the disclaimers out of the way. So all the statements that you hear on this show are opinion and must only ever be taken as opinion. They are never to be taken as any form of advice, family, financial, sexual or otherwise. And on that note, let's sit back, relax, have some fun and enjoy the show. Get paid for your content in Bitcoin and set your own fee on Streamanity.
Yeah, I'm not surprised I wasn't asked why I'm convinced Craig is Satoshi. I posted on Reddit. He signed in my presence using the private key from block number one, the very first mined Bitcoin block. On a computer that I'm convinced had not been tampered with, on software I'm convinced that had not been tampered with, a message of my choosing.
At Enchain, we've just funded a number of universities doing, so far, a test up to 1 gigabyte because it validates what we've already done independently. We've tested up to 380 gigabyte blocks. We've tested 1 million transactions a second and transaction sizes up to 20 megabytes. Super complex scripts. Basically ones that can run operating systems. That's all of global commerce times about 50. On top of that, we can have complex scripts. On top of that, we can scale each of those transactions 1,000 times, which effectively means about 1 billion transactions per second, which means we can then have all derivatives, all complex trades. That means high frequency trading. It means everything that happens globally.
Is the market that effectively BSV is going for, is that global e-commerce, which is currently valued at $29 trillion?
No, that's too small.
Buy and sell Bitcoin instantly at bsvgravity.com. And you can now book and pay for your winter holiday at skibsv.com. Alrighty everybody, welcome to Satoshi TV, aka Bitcoin SV TV, aka It's Just Bitcoin TV. Today's day is Sunday 27th of June 2021. So let's just get into some of these articles that I found, as there is a never a dull moment in crypto. So check this out. This is the first one to report on. So I literally said here, wow, it's literally buy by Binance in the UK on June 30th. So that's just 3 days from now. This was on the Financial Conduct Authority's website here. Check this out. Pursuant to Section 55L3A of the Financial Services and Markets Act 2000, the Financial Conduct Authority has decided to impose the following requirements on Binance Markets Limited. 1. The firm must not, without the prior written consent of the FCA, carry out any regulatory activities for which it has a Part 4A permission with immediate effect. The FCA carry out any regulatory activities for which it has Part 4A permission with immediate effect. That doesn't make sense. The firm must not. Alright, so yeah, must not, without the prior written consent of the FCA, carry out any regulatory activities for which is permissioned with immediate effect. 2. By close of business on the 30th of June 2021, the firm must display in a prominent place on the website www.binance.com and any other communication channels or social media, including but not limited to the Binance mobile and desktop applications, a notice stating Binance Markets Limited is not permitted to undertake any regulated activity in the UK. Due to this imposition of the requirements by the FCA, Binance Markets Limited is not currently permitted to undertake any regulatory activities without the prior written consent of the FCA. No other entity in the Binance Group holds any form of a UK authorization, registration or license to conduct regulated activities in the UK. 3. The firm will remove, or where this is not practicable, give instructions for the removal of any advertising and financial promotions it currently has live in whatever form they take by close of business on the 30th of June 2021. You get the picture. But anyway, my point is, check this out. Like literally, you could not make this up. So Binance obviously being worth few $billion, whatever. Literally, absolutely no respect for authority, utter contempt for the FCA. Check this out. So this was on the 17th of June, a blog post on Binance.com. Check this out. Binance announces the acquisition of an FCA regulated entity. I mean, I've just never seen anything like it. Like, honestly, it's just... What, just get your popcorn ready? Like, seriously, who needs soap operas when you've got stuff like this playing out? I mean, this is really, waving a red flag at a bull in terms of regulated authorities. Somebody is going to come a cropper at the end of all this. Either the regulators have egg on their face, or these people, provoking the authorities, literally end up in jail for a substantial amount of time. It's crazy. So let's see what it says here. We are expected to share the upcoming launch of Binance.uk, a digital and crypto asset marketplace for buying and trading cryptocurrencies with British pounds and euros, coming this summer. Designed for UK retail and institutional investors alike, including crypto novices, Binance.uk will also serve European customers. Binance UK will be operated by Binance Markets Limited. I mean, it's just unbelievable. The marketplace will provide access to fast and easy deposits and withdrawals for the buying and selling of digital currencies through direct bank transfers via the UK Fast Payment Service and Single Euro Payment Area Network. Additional features would include fiat to currency on-ramps via debit cards and options for customers to open their own virtual bank accounts, each with dedicated short and codes and account numbers. Combined with some of the lowest fees in the market, verified users will be able to trade and spot pairs with deep liquidity while leveraging Binance.com's advanced trading platform. Up to 65 digital assets are being considered to be available at launch. I mean, the exchange is just it's just rife with fraud. I mean, they're products of that are supposedly like XRP down, Litecoin down, that are meant to meant to be leveraged products if the market goes in that direction. Even they failed. And Binance still took all their customers' money. They are completely unregulated, accountable to absolutely nobody, and utter contempt for any regulation. Honestly, I've just never seen anything like it in my life. Like, as if they think they're going to get away with it. Like, honestly, it's crazy, but, just unbelievable, but extremely entertaining, So Binance has said, he quotes, the UK is a significant financial epicenter. With London being the second largest financial centre in the world and the leading market for foreign exchange, said Binance CEO CZ. As part of our local market growth efforts around the world to bring more tangible financial access through the power of digital assets and its technology, basically scam more money off people. The UK is at the forefront of spurring larger interest in the region and throughout Europe. We hope Binance UK will serve as a stepping stone for the next generation of finance. Oh my God. What was that? As an affiliate? As an affiliate of Binance, Binance UK connects to the broader ecosystem of Binance while catering to the UK and European markets. Its localized approach and service also include active participation and engagement with local communities and governments to ensure a high industry standard. There is no industry standard. Good grief. And user-first model. Unbelievable. I mean, you get the point of what they're doing here. I mean, it's just... I would never have believed it if I hadn't seen this for myself. The audacity. Like, honestly, Good grief. So check this one out as well. US Fed official calls Tether a challenge to financial stability. Eric Rosengren included the stablecoin among what he termed new disruptors to short-term credit markets. Let's see what this is. This is quite a long article, but, just kind of like get to grips with it, see what they're saying here. Here we go. So this is just yesterday. A senior US Federal Reserve official has called Tether USDT stablecoin a risk to the stability of the financial system. In a slide presentation Friday, Eric Rosengren President of the Federal Reserve Bank of Boston, listed Tether among the financial stability challenges the US central bank is watching. Rosengren included the stablecoin among what he termed as new disruptors to short-term credit markets. In an interview with Yahoo Finance the same day, he elaborated, quote here, "The reason I talk about Tether and stablecoins is if you look at their portfolio, it basically looks like a portfolio of a prime money market fund, but maybe riskier," he said. Tether has a number of assets that during the pandemic, the spread got quite wide on those assets. Spread widening refers to a sell-off in the credit markets where the difference in yield increases between a risky asset such as a corporate bond and one perceived as safe like treasury bond. I do think we need to think more broadly about what could disrupt short-term credit markets over time, and certainly stablecoins are one element. Rosengren said, "I do worry that the stablecoin market that is currently pretty much unregulated, as it grows and becomes a more important sector of our economy, that we need to take seriously what happens when people run from these types of instruments very quickly." Yeah, rug pull, exit scam, whatever you want to call it, all of that. Good grief. Wall Street veteran and long-time Bitcoin supporter Caitlin Long found the remarks salient. What's interesting is Fed Governor Lee, Brainard, and then Chairman Jerome Powell started talking stablecoins, but now Rosengren talks Tether by name. That's an escalation, said Long. Oh dear, she's massively shitcoining. The founder and CEO of Avanti Financial in Wyoming. Honestly, they're all going to come crashing down. My goodness. The Fed is so practiced at Fed speak, such carefully constructed statements so that multiple sides of an issue can see their side in what the Fed said, she said. That was basically the case with previous statements about stablecoins, but today the Fed escalated. Rarely are they so explicit like they were today. Long added that Bitcoiners who consider concerns about Tether overblown should not shoot the messenger. Quote here, "I've both defended Tether as a breakthrough technology." That's one way of describing Tether, breakthrough technology. It's a massive scam, unbelievable. While also calling out its reserved disclosure opened more questions than it answered, she said, referring to the company's breakdown of the collateral behind USD released in May. What a joke. The breakdown showed nearly half of the reserves in a commercial paper, like anyone knows what they are, but did not specify the issuers or ratings of those debts, leaving the market guessing about the assets. I mean, they're just utter criminals. They're talking absolute crap. Liquidity and creditworthiness. Rosengren included the composition in another slide from his presentation at a virtual event organised by the Philadelphia Fed. Dear oh dear. This is a Tether's asset breakdown. Cash percentage 2.9. It's meant to be 100%. Dear oh dear. Dear oh dear. What's the biggest one? Commercial paper, 49.6%. And it's all just made up. Unbelievable. USDT plays a key role in the plumbing of the $1 trillion global cryptocurrency market. Traders use it, and to a lesser degree other stablecoins, to quickly move dollar value between exchanges in order to take advantage of arbitrage opportunities. Oh dear. Stablecoins are designed to trade at par with fiat currencies such as the dollar, and in theory are redeemable one-to-one for cash for the users. But questions about Tether's backing have loomed over the crypto market for years and were the focus of a probe by the New York Attorney General's office that the company settled this year. Don't give any details on that. Find the maximum fine that they could possibly give them, $18 million. Not that that's a scratch on what Tether has printed, the $62 billion for themselves, $1 billion a day, whatever. Despite the long simmering doubts and conjecture about Tether's finances, USDT has traded at $1 for almost all of its history, as it did Saturday morning UTC. Oh my God. USDT also remains by far the largest stablecoin by market capitalization, despite the emergence of competitors with less controversial histories. That's because they're nowhere near the market cap. A discussion paper outlining the Fed's thinking on digital payments, including the risks and benefits of central bank digital currencies, CBDCs, will come out this summer. Powell said last month in the same speech, where he referred briefly to stablecoins without mentioning any by name. Paolo Ardornio. Oh, so that's who Paolo is. Tether's chief technical officer said that while Rosengren's comments are a tribute to the growth of importance of stablecoins, oh my god, and other innovations in crypto, it's important to distinguish between established stablecoins like Tether and extremely risky experiments like algorithmic stablecoins going on in decentralized finance. Oh, look, trying to just like deflect attention from themselves. Oh, yeah, don't look at us. Look at these exit scams. It is remarkable that the growing market share of such new financial innovations is being recognized by the likes of Boston Fed. Ardonio said, however, it is also an important moment to educate consumers about difference between stablecoins such as Tether and the various experiments that are constantly taking place in decentralized finance. Experiments, good grief. It is also recommended that investors spend time researching these projects as if they're going to find out what they are anyway. Opportunities with outsized annual percentage yields are extremely risky. Yeah, no shit. Nascent monetary experiments such as algorithmic stablecoins should not be classified in the same category as USDT. Doing so only demonstrates a lack of understanding on the ground floor of the cryptocurrency financial system. Interestingly, Rosengren signaled that the Fed has been paying attention to lesser-known stablecoins as well. Quote here, we actually had a stable coin that ran into financial difficulties last week, he said in the Yahoo interview. An apparent reference to Iron Finance's Titan token, which fell almost to zero in mid-June. Well, fell absolutely to zero. In fact, let me this is hilarious. Let me just find this one image. I'm going to bring this up and post it here. Check it out. I've got these images in my collection here of ones that I made for a long time ago. That I remember what they are. So you've got it. Here we go. Oh, fantastic. Got it. Check this out. Check this out. Look at this. Look at this. So this was USDT. This was USDT. So I drew this red line in, but this is the green line. So check this out. This is on Kraken. So I said here, if you ever suspect that there might be something dodgy going on with unregulated exchanges that Roger Ver invests in, just remember the time, which was on the 17th of September 2019, that a pegged one USDT stablecoin in Kraken rose to be worth $394, wiping out all the traders who thought shorting USDT at just over $1 was a good idea. So Tether had risen to $1 and 4 cents or something like that. So everybody was shorting it, going, well, it's going to go back down to $1, and it shot up to $349 for one USDT. I mean, it's absolutely hilarious. I mean, look at it. Here we go. Look. So you can see on the right hand side, the USDT was actually literally $1.001. So obviously the traders are just like, oh, well, we can make a little bit on that because that's over $1 and it's meant to be pegged to $1. So it's going to go down, and it shot up to $349 for one tether, and it obviously wiped out all the short positions. Honestly, and what are you going to do about it? They're completely unregulated. It's absolutely outrageous. I mean, just I'm lost for words. I really am. All you can do is laugh, really. Good grief. All right, so let's. I wanted to have a look at this article next. Check this out. So, Bitcoin versus Ethereum smart contracts. Yeah, I saw this article and I thought, yeah, let's have a read of that. So this post, this post originally appeared on Medium as part of a two-part series on Bitcoin smart contracts versus Ethereum smart contracts, and we republished with permission of Xiaolo Liu. So smartphone versus pocket calculator. We compare two smart contract blockchains, Bitcoin and Ethereum, side by side. We find that Bitcoin offers superior performance, security, and cost effectiveness due to its skillfully constructed fundamental design. This article focuses on their technical differences. Economic, philosophical, legal, and environmental differences are beyond scope of the article. Okay, fair enough. Let's see what it says. So, Ethereum virtual money machine. Okay, so what's program, counter, gas available, stack memory. All right. So that's the Ethereum virtual machine. In Ethereum, each smart contract resides in an account. It has its own storage that persists across contract execution. To see how, let's examine the core smart contract engine of Ethereum. The Ethereum virtual machine, it is stacked based and stores data in 3 places: stack, memory, and storage. The former two are volatile and ethereal. Okay, I don't really know what that means. Meaning they are reset when the Ethereum virtual machine starts to run a new contract call. The storage is not reset and is part of the world global state. As a consequence, each contract can depend on another one, since they may read/write the same storage. Each contract execution sees the world state as it was left by the previous contract execution. There is no concurrency, and contracts must be executed sequentially. Okay. A single contract is executed at a time to avoid racing conditions. Ethereum can be considered to be a single-threaded machine, which is limited by the capacity of that machine. In another word, it uses vertical scaling, which is fundamentally flawed for any system designed to support millions of users. All right, interesting. Didn't know that. So the Bitcoin unspent transaction output model and horizontal scaling. In Bitcoin, smart contracts reside in a so-called unspent transaction output, which is the UTXO. Bitcoin also uses a virtual machine called Bitcoin Virtual Machine to process smart contracts that is also stack-based. The crucial difference is there is no persistent storage and thus no single global state in the Bitcoin Virtual Machine. Instead, the global state consists of separate unspent transaction outputs which are independent of each other. Consequently, the unspent transaction outputs is maximally parallel by design. Bitcoin can be regarded as a pool of machines, okay, all running in parallel. It is horizontally scalable and can scale infinitely by simply adding any number of machines to the existing pool. This is how Google, Facebook, Amazon have proven to scale to support billions of users. Okay, right, so horizontal that way. Alright, so maybe going up, so adding machines. Vertical requires bigger machines. Okay, alright. Bitcoin can process 3,000 transactions per second on the mainnet today. So this is whenever the Medium article was released. On the testnet, 9,000 transactions per second has been achieved. With the introduction of Terranode in the coming months, 50,000 transactions per second is expected to be reached. Terranode is supposed to handle terabyte blocks, equivalent to transactions per second at millions level. Ethereum, by contrast, has been stuck at a mere 15 transactions per second for years, with a history of repeated broken promises and no improvement in sight. Security smart contracts deal with assets of real finance value, and security is of paramount importance. Okay, cheeky arbitrage effects. Bitcoin unspent transaction output model is like functional programming. A contract execution is pure and stateless. It is closed to functions in mathematics. Given the same inputs, a function always yields the same output and creates no side effects. The design makes Bitcoin smart contracts much easier to reason and thus less error prone. Also, they can test accurately off-chain, since they behave the same regardless of how, when, and where they are executed. In contrast, Ethereum's account model is akin to imperative programming. Each contract call can create side effects affecting another call, making contracts difficult to reason, especially when they become complex. Due to this vulnerable design choice, it has been plagued by tens, if not hundreds, types of attacks, resulting in loss of hundreds of millions of dollars. So cost there. Thanks largely to its unbounded scalability, smart contracts running on Bitcoin enjoy 1000x cheaper transaction fees than the same ones running on Ethereum. Ecosystem maturity. Bitcoin has only re-enabled smart contracting capabilities in 2020, over a year ago, while smart contracts in Ethereum have been developed since 2015. Giving it a 5-year head start, it's no surprise that the ecosystem on Ethereum is more mature today. In terms of developer tools, libraries and applications, however, many developer tools in Bitcoin are quickly catching up to and sometimes even surpassing their counterparts in Ethereum. Yeah, and it's going to smash it. For example, the most popular IDE in Bitcoin supports debugging, deploying and testing, while its counterpart in Ethereum supports none. Oh dear. It is only a matter of time for Bitcoin ecosystem to catch up and flip an Ethereum, given the latter's inability to scale. So in summary, we conclude Bitcoin is a better platform to build smart contracts on. So we've got a horizontal unbounded 3,000 transactions per second, whereas Ethereum is vertically capped. Security, a functional pure high. Cost yet low. Ecosystem quickly catching up. Yeah, good. This assumes a typical smart contract transaction is 10 times the size of a normal Bitcoin transfer transaction. Awesome. Loving that. Well, quite enjoyed today's show. Let's just leave. Which one should we have up? Should we have this picture of the USDT? We'll have the Binance announcement. Oh dear. Hilarious. Right, shout out to Arcade Rob and Neezy in the house and KP Dad. Great stuff. Good to see ya. It is time for one of my favourite parts of the day. Dinging of the dong. Get your handles and payments in the chat box. Let's do this. Here we go. So Arcade Rob, that is Pikes. There we go. Got it. Got a profile in there now. Loving the purple. Swiping to send. Here we go. Got it. There we go. And Neezy, you are next. And EZY. Swiping to send on the way. And KP Dad 72 on the way to you. There we go. KP Dad. Swiping to send on the way. Sweet. There we go, people. Right, anybody else quickly? Give you 8 seconds. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And we're done. Hope you enjoyed the show. Catch you guys later. Get paid for posting your pics on Relica. Download the app now at www.getrelica.com. Get your tweet etched on Twitch, forever on the Bitcoin blockchain. Do it today at www.jointwitch.com. BuyBSV.live, the best place to buy Bitcoin SV online. Support independent content creators on micropayment platforms such as Streamanity, Twitch and Relica. We should profit from our data, not the large corporations who track, monitor and sell it. If you enjoy the Bitcoin content that I produce, please support me by heading over to www.satoshi.tv, where you can keep up to date with all the latest news, gossip and content as it's created. Thanks very much. To get started in Bitcoin, go to freebsv.com, where you can claim your free Bitcoin. Then head over to Twitter and follow @IamSatoshi, where you can take part in his very generous and world famous free giveaways. The future of advertising meets the power of Bitcoin at Tonic Pow. Get paid for posting advertising campaigns to your social media profiles. Go to www.tonicpowads.com.